Warning, the following podcast is intended for immature dads only. Listener discretion is advised. This is Dad's Game Review, the most casual hardcore gamers around. Reviews and news from every platform. We waste our time so you don't have to.
What's up, kids? Welcome to another episode of Dad's Game Review. I am Paul Squalacci, and I'm barely functional at best. But I'm also joined by the man who treats every game like he personally wronged him for some reason.
Because I have to beat it. I have to beat it, man. Domestic abuse to the game.
What's going on, man?
Oh boy, I'm all frazzled. I got off work over almost 2 hours ago, but it took me an hour and 40 minutes to run to the old town I lived in and pick up a pizza and then pick up. I got the Luminaire edition of Expedition 33 shipped to me, but it went to my old address. And so I ran by her house and picked it up, but it was like bumper to bumper traffic the whole time I'm driving.
Is it raining there bad?
It's raining, and like I don't deal well in the dark. I have astigmatism, so everything looks like orbs and lights and like just freaks me out. And then I'm doing bumper to bumper on wet roads, and I'm just like I'm a nervous freaking mess right now. So
man, yeah.
So I came home and smoked a shitload of weed.
Yeah, the crazy rain over here. It doesn't stop. It just California stops when it rains, which is weird to us New Yorkers or East Coasters, because it rains there like at least twice a week. I mean, so it's just weird to us when people are like, "You're going out tomorrow?" Yeah, why? It's gonna rain.
You do things anyway, right?
And you're like, and but yeah, no, I found out why our shows sounded like a tin can last week.
Oh yeah, I want to apologize for that. So I tell Paul, I get all mad at Paul. I'd rather have no content than bad content. And like I didn't check our upload for a couple of days, and then when I did, it was freaking. I sound like I'm in a tin can, and I like freaked out. But if you guys want to. It was honestly a good episode last time, you guys. But so it's on YouTube under Gosh Josh Games.
Yeah,
it's getting views there. So like, and it actually works without the tin can noise. So check out the video podcast on YouTube, Gosh Josh Games.
Yeah, no, I opened up, like I don't open up this app all the time. So usually like maybe once before we record and then once after or like whatever. So I opened it up today when we were getting ready, and up came a message that was like, oh, here's a patch. We got feedback that our last version had people sounding like double audio, so update it.
Yeah, so it was out of our control.
But I was like, oh, all right. I was like, thanks, I think.
The problem with the internet is that we're getting new listeners and stuff each week, which is really cool. But you put out one bad thing, and the internet's like, fuck these guys. Like, no, never again. There's no forgiveness. So it's I'd rather have no content than bad content.
Seriously.
So tell them what else you're doing. What for the last month, ever since we saw barely functioning, barely conscious, stoned Paul, what's been going on?
I don't know. Why don't you remind me? Is there something
you told me last? You told me last night. 30 days almost.
Oh well, I mean, I don't usually drink anymore, or smoke pot anymore, and mainly it's because I'm on fat meds. So I'm trying to lose weight. I'm down 30 pounds so far, but I'm trying to get down to like 200 pounds, and the only side effect is that you want to throw up constantly. So,
hey, if it works and it gets you to quit like toxic things, like awesome.
I guess you're just constant in a state of just like, like like.
But that's what my wife's going through too. She's back on it again starting last week, and she's told me she was throwing up every day, and like, why do you want to feel sick? I get you're losing weight, but I would much rather feel better and lose weight. I told you
this last night. I'm throwing up in my sleep.
And you're gonna asphyxiate, dude. I nearly died of asphyxiation pneumonia when I was 19. Like literally.
I just make sure to sleep on my side. That's all. And I just like.
That worries me.
It's crazy. It's crazy shit. It's just like but it works.
You're losing weight, but you're sick as a dog.
I'm losing a lot of weight. Yeah,
I would never do that.
Fine.
Never do that.
You know what it is that now we literally have a magic pill that makes us skinny. And it's
Mm-hmm.
you just have to
Also
deal
fucks
with
with
the
your
nausea
metabolism and your pancreas and all kinds of fun things.
and the stomach cramps, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to like you feel your stomach closing in on you. But that's about it. That's the reason I don't do. Don't get me wrong. I still have a glass of scotch every now and then, or I'll take a gummy every now and then. But I have to keep in mind that those things make me want to eat, and then when I eat, I feel sick or I throw up because my body's like, we're closed. We're closed. And I'm like,
You don't
never
get
mind.
nutrition or calories.
I'm like, never mind. I'm just like,
No, I just thought it was cool that
oh, mozzarella
even if
sticks.
it's forced by your pills or whatever, it's cool that you because I don't remember what episode that was, but you were just not coherent. And you even the next day you messaged me, you're like, I barely remember recording.
I
And so
know.
I was like,
It
oh
was so
shit.
bad. And then
I don't
even
even know what episode it was, but it was
when I
bad. But
played it back when I
ever
played it
since
back for
then, he's
myself.
been doing good, so I'm proud of him.
Oh, thanks.
All right, what are we playing? What are we playing?
So this week we are playing Alters or The Alters.
The Alters.
The Alters, because I just kept saying Alters. So The Alters is a 2025 survival game developed and published by 11-Bit Studios. In the game, the player assumes the control of Jan Dolsky, a space miner who just creates alternate versions of himself in order to survive in an inhospitable planet.
So
I laugh when I say it because the people that you create just crack me up.
They're great, and that's just it. So I pre-ordered this game for day one. I wanted to have it right. Like I saw it mentioned 6 months ago or so, and I was like, I have to play this.
Yeah.
I'm not a survival person. I don't like survival games. They're too tedious. I don't like the cycle really, and so I don't play them. But I saw this advertised as a survival game for people that don't like survival games.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, well, I'll go with it because the premise just sounded really cool. So
yeah.
I played about 4 or 5 hours of it when it first came to me, and then I said this would be cool for Paul. So I waited, and then Best Buy hooked me up. I noticed that they still had the Alters that they shipped me. It was still pending on their site. So I contacted customer service and was like, yo, never received the copy. They're like, all right,
Yeah.
we'll send a second one out to you right away. So I shipped it to Paul and gave it to him so we could play this.
Yeah. It's a fun game. I love it. I really do. I'm having a great time with it. It's just that it's very slow for me because I don't have 18 hours a day like Josh does.
I don't. I have 3. No, let's start at the beginning though. This is okay. So this is his first like trip into survival, learning what a survival game is. He hasn't. We're doing a lot of game education on this show and trying different things out there and stuff.
Sure
Even stuff
played survival at one point.
Even stuff I don't like. Yeah, you've probably tried some style, but this is how they all kind of play now. Yeah. So Jan gets stranded on he goes to work for a government mining corporation or something like that. He gets stranded on a ship, and it kind of picks up from there. And you're just kind of out there, not knowing what to do. And you stumble across the fact that this rupidium, this special crystal or whatever they're so desperate back for on Earth,
right.
has some alternate powers too. And you end up being able to clone yourself to have helpers. And so that's it. So you tell me about your intro into the game and how you restarted 10 times over. And
well, there's not two parts to the game, but like there's the prologue. So the prologue just basically walks you through, the part of the game that you play before the credits start. So you just kind of like playing, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm on day 5 or whatever. But I would always it gave you like 8 days before the sun rose. And if the sun rose, that's it, the game was over. So it would give you 8 days. So I'm walking around, trying to find all these different things. I was like, oh, wow, I found rupidium. I found water. Oh, look, I can build a mining thing. I can mine for water, and I found metal, and blah, blah, blah. But I would always run out of metal. There's never any metal in this game, Josh, even after you get past the prologue. So the first time around, I sacrificed a part of my spaceship just to have metal to move the game forward because it doesn't move forward.
He sacrificed his workshop, literally where you build things. He messages me, he's like, so I broke down my workshop so I could build something. I'm like, you do realize the workshop builds things, right?
Yeah, so I just kind of like get in and it's like, oh, cool, the game starts now and the credits roll, blah, 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 right? And then I create my first me and he's like, go to your workshop. I'm like, don't.
Yeah,
he's like,
I need you to go make me something.
He's like, go to your workshop and create a toolkit, and that'll help you fix your communications thing, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, fuck. I'm like, all right, there's got to be more metal outside somewhere. And I'm just like, I go outside, but the first person you create is an engineer. So let me back up. So the spaceship is a wheel, right?
Yeah,
a
it's this big
huge
wheel like going through the planet.
and you're
Yeah.
stuck on the planet, like almost as if you're stuck between rocks or something. But the engineer was able to jar it loose or figure something out on how to get it going. So I go, oh, okay, I have no metal. I could go outside and find more metal. Oh, you can't go outside. The wheel's moving. Oh, okay. So I'm just kind of like sitting around. I'm waiting for days. Meanwhile, my engineer is just getting fat off of the food I'm making.
This is funny. This didn't happen to me. Okay.
And he's just like, what's going on, man? He's like, you guys got a nice bed to sleep in. I got nothing. I'm like, I don't know. It's not on the list of things I can make. I don't know what to tell you. And he's like, yeah. You know, so he just hangs out in the kitchen. And I'm telling Josh, I'm like, I think I got to start over. I was like, I think I got to go back. And that's exactly what I did. I went back to day 5 originally, but there's still no metal.
So then the game will tell you this, like it will say that you need to replay your days. You need to get a cycle going each day and get a certain routine going, and that you'll find that you get to the end of the day and you didn't do very well that day. You didn't get shit accomplished. You fucked something up, so you got to go back and replay the days. So it is a lot of repetition, but he literally went back to the beginning, like
I went back to day 2 of the prologue. I was like, I had to have missed something
over and multiple times,
and then it got stuck, and then it got stuck again, and it's like,
okay, but you got to the next area, right?
Yeah,
and then you were supposed to set up your mines. And why did you not set up mines?
Mines meaning the drilling things.
Your wheel. This is the thing. So after each section has a certain amount of days. So the first section of the prologue has 8 days. You got 8 days to do what you're supposed to do and move on. The second section is the actual part of Act 1, and it's 30 days. 32 days is max, and then the sun rises and wipes everything out, and you have a certain amount of missions to do over that time. So what he should have done when he went to the second area is go out there and explore, set up mines, and start collecting resources. That's it. So what happened?
So the day 5 didn't have enough resources, so I went back to day 2. I started over, and then they got the wheel moving again, and then he got the wheel moving, but then he got stuck at a lava river that they can't get across. So I'm talking to the guy in the communications booth who's connected to me somehow from somewhere. He's like customer support, and he goes, oh, you have everything you need. He's like, why don't you make a new person of yourself? I'm like, again? He's like, yeah, you got plenty of them. You know, you got plenty of this crystal called the Rapidium that makes people. Just make people. So I just made another guy. I made a scientist.
So you make your own crew. You get 4. Too much play by play. Hold on. Okay. So you get 4 different guys, and you're gonna start with the technician. You got the technician, the miner, the scientist, and the engineer guys. And they all have their own personality. So what I think is amazing about this game is where they came from. Okay, so in the beginning, it shows you your whole life as Jan and what led up to the point where you decided to make a decision to go into space. You had no other choice. Your life wasn't going well or whatever. You needed to do something, and you went into space and went on this mission. So here's what's cool. We all have these moments in our life, right, where you look back and you're like, what if I did that different?
Right.
What if I did this instead of this? Where would my life be? I can look back on my own life like that, and look at and think about what if I never really got addicted to alcohol? What if I stayed with my ex-fiance and she didn't cheat? What if I didn't move back to California and I'm still in the Midwest? Just all these different things of what ifs.
Right. Yeah.
So we would become different people from those moments on, right?
Yeah.
So that's where the alters come from.
So, and that's what's crazy is that they map it out in front of you.
You can look at your map of your quantum life. Yes.
And it's like, this is where your mom died and you weren't by her bedside. And this is where you went to college. And then this is where you just went on the ship.
And so that's what the alters... Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. So, but then at some point, the guy, you have like a phone or a communication hub. You're talking to people. And they're the ones that are telling you, just make another one of yourself. So you go up there and you make another one of yourself. And then the timeline changes. The graphical thing I just spoke of changes. And it's got little branches off of it. It's like, oh, this is the part where you stood up to your drunk dad. Where in the past you just hid in your room. And this is the one where you're actually by your mom's bedside when she dies. And
yeah. So that's it. We got the different personalities in these. So we all have shared memories with the alters. They all have previous life memories.
It's almost like you all have the same mom.
Well, yeah, and until they're branched, then that's when
Yeah,
they become different. They each have their own new memories. And so
right,
the miner is the one that stayed around with his sick mother and took care of her. And
right.
he came down on his luck. He's a mechanic. He barely scraping by. He's a drunk.
Yeah, yeah.
He's bitter. He is angry. Like I could not get the miner to bring his personality up, and then something seriously tragic freaking happens. The dude self-harms in a way you don't see coming, and like just blows all of our
Really?
minds. And yeah, like I could not get his mood up. So that's the miner, and he's just mad. And then so there's the scientist. The scientist left his mother to die and took off
Yeah,
to university, became so self-absorbed and so elitist. And
right.
he's a snob. He's better than everybody else. Everybody else is so stupid compared to him.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you've got the face of, so the miner is the one that stayed, the scientist is the one that took off, and they're at each other's throats over their own life experience. Like
Oh my God.
it's amazing. Like I love because the
It's a
potential and the
great game.
possibilities,
Yeah.
like that's what blew my mind is this quantum timeline where you're splitting off into different people with different memories from the same core.
Of how it
Um,
happened.
yeah.
Right. Of how
So the
life
best
played
part of
out.
this is the altars. There's the cool stuff where you're exploring the planet and stuff. You come across all these crazy anomalies. You mine all this different stuff. You cross lakes of fire.
Yeah, yeah.
There's just cool stuff to explore. But my favorite part is the altars. That's why it's called the altars, because this is the meat of the game is the
Right.
interactions
Because
between
you're
these
the
characters.
alterations, or so to speak. Right.
Right. They have different alterations of your, yeah, it's the alternate
Or
personalities.
alternatives or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. But the crazy part was so basically, yeah, and what happens inside the ship is just as interesting as what happens outside. So outside, as I'm scrounging around for metal to make a freaking pickaxe so I can climb over a mountain to find more metal, um, uh, you go back into the ship and you have to create radiation filters, which I didn't know. And
There's all these micromanaging, and that's the whole point of these survival games.
that's
Is
what it is. And I went
there's a lot of
inside.
micromanagement. And so when you told me last night, you're like, "Yeah, I'm reading online, and people are saying it's boring." I'm like, "What the fuck? How do you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
any
yeah.
downtime? Like between days 15 to 30 of the first chapter, I'm like frantic every minute of the
Oh,
day that you
yeah.
get. You get like, time is constantly passing with this game, and everything you do takes time. It takes a minute and
Right.
a half of your time to build something in the workshop, 30 seconds of your time, and it's like constantly a counting down clock. So I don't know who was bored. They probably didn't get anywhere. Maybe they only got to day 10 or something.
Right. Yeah, yeah. They
You,
probably just
you,
no. I'm on day 15, excuse
okay.
you. But
But
I got a funny thing where I didn't create so the whole planet you're on is covered in radiation, and you have to create these radiation filters so that everybody inside your ship is safe. Turns out I go in there because I forgot who it was, the miner, the pissed off one, is like, I need to talk to you now. Just
yeah, you
like
have to
through
interact
the
with them
radio,
daily. You have to
right?
manage your relationships
So I
daily and
go back
communicate.
into the ship, and he's like visibly changed. Like he's not changed in the way it still looks like you, but he's got something going on. He looks sick. And I'm like, what's going on? And he goes, well, maybe if somebody created radiation filters, I wouldn't look like a monster.
Yeah, he got poisoned, and that just becomes a standard. That's just one of your daily things. You got to make.
And I'm
You'll be
just
able.
like,
You'll be able.
oh, how could I fix this? He's like, make radiation filters. I just said it. You know, I was
Yeah,
like, oh,
they're the ones that
okay.
advance you on the things you need to look up and research. Like the scientist can only research. That's what he does for you. And so
Right. I saw him sitting around with his MacBook in the
you're
corner.
constantly queuing him up with new tools and new abilities and new things for the base. And then your miner has bonuses for what he mines, and then your refiner will break down things into polymers, which you need to upgrade things in the future. And
Right.
then your technician does the base maintenance, but you can set anybody to do anything, but you have to constantly micromanage it. Like tell your people what to do. They'll think for themselves for the most part, but set them up on what to do, queue up the stuff you need to have made in the kitchen and the workshop and all that kind of stuff, and then go about your day exploring, hoping that all the alters back at the base are handling shit.
Yeah. But then you come back and there's like fist fights breaking out.
That's what I love. Oh, I love when they're mad at you because, oh, it's so much easier to piss them off than to make them happy with you. I was so
Oh, yeah.
proud that by the end of Act One, everyone loved each other, and we had the most I'll talk about the magical moment in a minute, but
Okay.
um, crap, I already see I tangented and I forgot where I was going with this.
Sorry.
What was the thing I said?
But it was it's basically soap opera for dudes. That's
Oh, how
really
they
all it
hate
is.
you. Yeah. So you'll just be walking by them in the base, and they'll just be
Yeah.
like, "Come on, this guy," and I'm like, I was cracking out on them. It was like, or like walking by them and they'll be like, I just can't get rid of you. And I'm like,
Yeah, right.
dude.
Like what I fucking
Or if
do.
they're happy with you, they're just like, oh, good to see you, good to see you.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's just so funny because they're so bipolar about it, like just little things. And so you're constantly in the interactions, things will turn red or green, and it'll tell you what they've got more upset with or better with,
Right, right,
because
right.
there's multiple things to each personality, and it's just it's funny. Like I love when they're mad at me, but when they're mad at you, more shit happens that's bad.
And you
So
could build onto the ship. You just have to have the resources to build on. So there's like a rec room, there's like a
yeah, I was
movie
playing beer
room,
pong. Yeah.
and yeah, there's more thing. But I haven't been able to build these things because I can't get a hold of enough
That's
metal.
what I'm saying. You didn't get anywhere. I don't understand why you just didn't go build a mine and put
I
freaking metal
built
in your deposit.
I built a mine, Josh. I just can't find enough metal to build the things that make give it power.
You suck the stuff out of the mine. You go up to it and hold down X and it drains it of
It
metal.
doesn't if it doesn't have power.
Well, then put power to it.
I don't have enough metal to make the pylons to connect to the power.
This is kind of what I expect with introductory to survival horror, honestly, because it that's what happened to me. I get so pissed with survival games, but this one, even though it frustrated me multiple times, like I just
Yeah.
love the altars so much that I wanted to stick with it. And so
Like, do
I
I have
didn't
to
be
crack down the workshop again
no.
just to build pylons to
Stop.
give
I
power to
never once
mining?
broke down anything in my entire base.
Oh my
Not
God, it's so
once.
ridiculous.
Not once. But what, okay, so, and I didn't beat the game. This is probably only the second game that we've played since I joined the podcast a year ago or so that I did not beat. I'm only halfway done with it just because it's so tedious. They said 17 to 19 hours to beat it. I'm literally at 14 hours and I'm only halfway done. So it's like there's so much to do and so much replaying and all this kind of stuff.
You know
But
what
I'm gonna
this is? I came to the conclusion. This is blueprints come to life. It's the game Blueprints.
I was hoping it would catch on like you did with Blueprints, so that you would just love this like survival horror
I
stuff.
do. I
Or
just don't. I'm just
survival.
not. Maybe I'm not good at managing
It
things.
takes a certain you gotta be thinking like 3 steps ahead with everything, and it's the
Right. Right.
micromanagement does get stressful. I kept having to replay days because I didn't micromanage things right, and that's just
Yeah.
how these games are, and that's why I don't really love them. But so I get to the act one, and literally one of my favorite moments in gaming happens. Okay.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Like I said, but I'm not like I told you by the end, I had them all liking each other and stuff. And
Yeah.
so they've constantly be at each other's odds where like, the scientist is blaming the miner's blaming the scientist for leaving mom, and like the technician is blaming Jan for something else. And like they finally start communicating their feelings.
Right.
Okay. Like the refinery guy, he tells you, he really struggled with his mental health and that he found the gym really helped him out. And if he could just get some weights, he'd be so much happier. And so I provide him with some weights, and he starts talking about how his some stuff he struggled with his mental health. And then
Yeah.
the scientist joins in, the technician. They all start sharing their struggles that they encountered in lives that they didn't all know about each other from the point where they're broke off, split off.
Right. Right.
And they start talking about music, and it turns out they all have different music tastes. One likes rock, one likes trance, one likes, metal, one likes country. But they say, after sharing their feelings, they're like, well, what if we try and write a song about our feelings? And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And so they have instrument. I can't remember if they have instruments or not, but it goes into this montage moment where your altars that you have struggled with for 30 days and have gotten
Right. Right.
so sick of, all of a sudden start singing about their feelings. And I'm just like, this is amazing. Like I love that moment so much. And I was sitting there with a shit-eating grin like on my face the whole time, like watching these, because I know so much about these altars. I know their
Yeah.
lives, and now
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
working together and singing together, and I'm like so happy that my people came together. So that was one of my favorite moments I played in gaming.
So yeah, no. So I mean, I want to keep going. I want to keep going forward. I love it. It's a genius game idea. I mean, it's just genius. I just don't know why so many people dogged on it. Like I have to. Why do I have to explain
It's not.
this
It's got a
game?
high score. Actually, I was gonna check it on Steam. It's got high reviews from everything. It's critically acclaimed. It's won awards. It's actually up for some Game of the Year awards for certain things. Not like Game of the
Okay.
Year, but like
Right. Right. Right.
music
Categories.
and
Yeah.
categories, different categories. So let me look it up on Steam. I was curious because it's honestly really good, but we'll see what people said.
It's like most of the games I play. I'm confused until halfway through, and then then I go, oh, I have to do that, and then yeah,
I
it's
can't
like
seem to
that
pull it
movie
up on my phone.
Duplicity, but in space.
Well, I can't pull it up on my phone. It's not loading for some reason. But seriously, play The Alters. Give it a shot. It's a $39.99 game. It's already a budget release. It's not. In
Right.
fact, I think it's down to like
See, that's
25
how
to
I
29.
relate how well it's doing. is when it goes on sale. You go to Target now and you try to buy The Last of Us, it's still $69.
Target's fucking stupid. No, I know they don't change their prices. I don't buy anything from like box stores and stuff like that
Yeah,
usually.
but I mean that's how I base a lot of the game, like how well the game's doing.
Yeah, well, Borderlands 4 is majorly on sale.
Yeah, because
They
it
just set a
sucks.
record low for players. Freaking,
Oh
I don't even
man,
have this for news, but Randy Pitchford's shit that he pulled on all the players, like turning them off and talking shit about them playing his game. Yeah,
right,
it's
right,
so
right.
backfired. They don't have any players. There's no in-game. People are bitching about it. Just kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, you can usually tell how well a game's doing. Like Ubisoft games always go on sale within a month,
Yeah,
because they're usually shit.
that's a
Not
whole
they're
that's a
bad
whole
games.
other
None of their
conversation.
bad games, but they're just a shit company. So, are we gonna do news now?
Oh yeah, wow, it's time for
So
news.
wait, we got to
Well,
get a review though. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. So
oh,
nine,
did you have it? Yeah, no, it's definitely got.
nine
I'm an
yeehaws.
8.5 up there.
Yeah.
It's all dependent on whether or not you can handle anxiety, and I am not well with
It helps if
anxiety.
you know how to play survival games.
Yeah,
That's all.
that too. I mean, like you gotta be able to have that kind of oomph and be able to go back and forth and just be like, oh yeah, I could do this. Oh yeah, let's go manage this. It's like before they were micromanaging. Like, what's another micromanaging game? Like when all the tycoon games came out.
This reminded me, for some reason, I kept thinking about Spiritfarer with this. I know you haven't played it, but Spiritfarer is a magical survival like game. Oh my God, it's
Oh
made
really?
me cry. It made me. Anybody listening to this that played Spiritfarer, you get it. You know. You freaking
Right,
know.
right.
I'm pointing at the camera for those that can't
Yeah,
see. Spiritfarer was rough, but it kind of was reminding me because you have to micromanage everything. You're like, okay, I got to plant my plants. I got to go check on my people. I got to go do this and do that. And it's
right.
that's just how these games play. You got to, and I think actually it works with my ADHD because I get enough focus and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna run here, do this, then go over there and build this, and
Right.
then run
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
And I'm like, I'm so focused right now. We are gonna maximize our time. Like,
You
give
know,
me 12 things to do. I'll figure it out.
that was like when my daughter was really, really sick and she was spending her life in the hospital, I just picked up an iPad and I just played Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic.
They're
Like I was like,
releasing Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 Complete is coming out for PS5, just so you know.
oh wow. So I
They're
was
actually
just
doing a
like,
physical.
I'm gonna finish this all the way to gold, all 100 parks. You know, I just it was my escape. It was my way. Speaking of micromanaging things,
That is
it was my
micromanagement there. That's not a survival, that's a sim, but it's still
yeah,
micromanaging.
right. What about your bonus games? Wait, you said you had
Oh, well,
bonus
yeah,
games?
we can talk about that first. I always have. You actually had the noise ready. Look at
I
you.
just saw it as I was trying
A
to get to the other
stupid
thing.
noise. All right, so I found the game equivalent of crack. Oh man, got addicted for like a week straight every single night. I'm still playing it occasionally. It is the new Game Pass game Ball X Pit. Okay. If you
Okay.
played Vampire Saviors out there, everybody knows that was a seriously drug addictive game. I got obsessed with that for 2 weeks. This is Vampire Saviors on a vertical level.
Right.
It's a bullet. Like pinball. You're ricocheting bullets and stuff and getting bonuses. It's a rogue game. Just plays exactly like it, and it's so addictive. I'm like one more run, one more run. But it
Right. Right.
has base building with it too. So it incorporates base building, with all kinds of upgrades that you can get for your little balls that you shoot out. It's what's the game? The Atari game? Breakout.
Breakout.
It's
Yeah.
Breakout, but with enemies and RPG elements, and it's a rogue. It's a rogue
Okay.
game. Yeah,
I can't.
no, you have no idea what I'm talking about
RPG elements in Breakout.
because you level up
Okay.
stuff and you gather resources from your base building and stuff like
One
that
ball's
too.
depressed. The other one's a magician.
No, more like one's a ghost that passes through enemies. Another one does lightning. Another one causes an earthquake, and so you're doing all these kind
Just
of
like
special moves. It
fights
literally
break
plays
out
like an
between the
RPG.
balls. Like, what the fuck, Craig? I told you to hit the pin.
Seriously, try Ball X Pit for 1 or 2 rounds and then
Okay.
watch what happens. Not
All
you
right.
won't like it.
Oh, all right.
Um, the other one that released on Game Pass is we did a show on Double Fine a couple of weeks ago. Company I love did Psychonauts.
Yeah.
And they just had their new release called Keeper. And
Okay.
Keeper, right away, if you've played Double Fine games, even the ones in the past, the Tim Schafer games in the past,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, this is so Double Fine characters, and you are a sentient lighthouse on crab legs that starts wandering around trying to find, I
Named
don't know.
Fiona.
I don't. It was just, and you have a bird friend on your shoulder, and just
Right.
the world they built is gorgeous. It's only 5 hours long, and just when I thought I saw it all, and I thought it was ending at 3.5 hours as a lighthouse, it
Yeah.
reinvents itself three more times and completely changes the gameplay. You turn into different characters and things, and you become different. I don't want to give it away, but it doesn't
Okay.
end at 3.5 hours like I thought it did, and all of a sudden the game got twice as good for the last like 2 hours. And
Right,
so,
right, right.
play Keeper, and the last one I did is I've always heard about this series called Siberia. It's got a critically acclaimed B. Sokol, I think is the name of the creator, and it actually says on his it says it on there. Um,
Oh.
Revered and well received game, but it's pretty dated. So I thought I'd try it because they just released it remastered,
Right,
and
right.
I'm finding it pretty interesting. It's a point and click, not usually my jam, but you are a woman investigating a town that is completely run by automatons, and the weird family that created this whole
Oh.
automaton run town, and the dark history behind it.
I
And
thought you were going to be like,
it's
this
interesting.
is another one of those returning home games where you just walk around
It
a
is. You just
house.
walk around, you interact with things, you're solving puzzles.
Ugh.
It's not.
And
I mean,
the
you like point and
ending.
clicks. This is the dude that says you should play Mist and Ribbon. Shut up. Siberia is interesting. Yes, it's slow, and yes, it takes a little thinking, but I want to see where this story develops because that's what it's about. It's about the story, and there's 3 or 4 games in the series, so I would have a whole new series to play if I dig the first one. So
Right, right.
Siberia Remastered, check it out. Now we
All
can do
right.
news.
Oh, okay. Well, that was our just bonus games. All right, let's see here.
And now it's time for gaming news.
Thanks, Cal. So, what do we got today? I want to talk about the Steam Machine. I don't even
I'm
know
actually
if that's,
excited about this. It would get me to play my
I don't
PC
even
games a lot
know.
more.
I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but this is Xbox's or Microsoft's latest hard on, where they're gonna move on like they said they're gonna do and stop making Xbox altogether.
What?
Yeah, because that's their plan to stop making Xbox.
No,
So
it's
now,
not.
so
No, the
now they
next.
can do it with this fucking machine.
Wait, what?
That's
No,
why yeah,
the
didn't they
next
talk about?
console they advertised it. The next console is going to be a high-end gaming PC like crossover. That's the next Microsoft console. This is Valve's console, the Steam
Owned
machine.
by Microsoft.
No, Valve hasn't sold out to Microsoft. That's been this whole thing is that they hadn't bought out they were trying to buy Steam. They wanted to acquire it so they could incorporate it into their systems.
I thought that they had purchased them,
Not that
unless
I
they
know of. No, it's just been talked about. No, this is completely separate. In fact, this could be an
to the internet.
Xbox. This could be an Xbox killer because it kind of takes away their little fanfare because one of the big perks of having the Xbox high-end super expensive machine was being able to incorporate Steam into it and all that because it'd be basically a PC, Windows based probably. And then so Steam machine runs on Linux.
I
And it's going to be open to do whatever you want to do with it. So
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh in the middle of that. I just I googled it like I always do, and it says no, Microsoft did not buy Steam. While
mhm.
there was been rumors of a potential acquisition, and then it goes on, blah 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 blah, and it says there's even a rumor echoed through the halls of Microsoft where they had a conversation with Steam about purchasing them outright, and then laughter and the phone hanging up.
Exactly.
So
Well, you can look what happened after the Activision Blizzard buyout, and they lost $300
I
million
wish I
and
was
fired a
there.
bunch of people. Their whole monopolistic, I'm going to buy out the company I want is not, it's backfiring on them, and good for them because they were warned by the FC, whatever fucking company, that they didn't want this to
Oh,
happen. This
FCC,
was
yeah.
going to backfire on them, and look, it is. So
Uh,
Microsoft
F
is
Federal Trade
eating
Commission.
shit. Federal Trade
FTC.
Commission,
Yeah, yeah.
FTC. Yeah, and now they think they're going to appeal to their fans by raising prices on everything and releasing a high-end PC hybrid console.
Well, that
So
changes things now because I thought that was his plan because it was a rumor and I thought it was actually true, but that explains a lot now as to
no, it's
why
just
they're
people
coming out with
talking.
another
It never
console.
happened.
Oh, okay. And the thing is that where does this put Sony? You know?
Whatever. PS6 is coming eventually. Doesn't matter. They're doing their own thing. They have plenty of first party stuff that they can play with and stuff.
Yeah.
They outsold the Xbox by like 3-1. So it's, in fact, it was announced this last week that PS5 outsold every single Xbox console ever.
Oh
So
wow.
it beat the 360, which is the PS360, and is the only time that Xbox beat Sony was in the PS3 days with Xbox.
Yeah.
And even
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
an Xbox 360 fan. I loved the shit out of my machine. Had
I
the
had a
best
360
poppin'
too.
live list and everything, and playing
But
Call
that's
of Duty
only when
back
the
in the day.
PlayStation 3 came out, and I was pissed at Sony for
Yeah, it just
the
wasn't a great
shitty
system.
console it was.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but that's what Microsoft is distancing themselves from Sony by saying they are a high-end company now. And
Right.
Sony's like, I don't know, we're still just making games for people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But
raising
this goes
prices
along
too, but
also with the whole, taking away the gamer's right to own physical copies.
which is why I'll
'Cause
never own a Switch 2. Every third-party game is on a key card. I don't need that. I don't want to collect that. I don't want to buy that.
yeah, yeah, that kind of pisses me off. And what is it that here? Let's talk psychology for a second.
Get deep,
What is
man.
it?
Get deep.
What is it that pisses people off? Like, if every game were to go away, like, what if PlayStation was like, fuck it, we're just digital now? Like, what is the piss off? Are you taking away some of these childhood? Is that what it is? Or are they actually pissed
I
that they don't have to
I love look at my
get up
shelf
and put a
behind
disc
me
in?
on YouTube. You can see my shelf of PS5 games behind me. I
Yeah.
love having a physical game. I love being like, oh shit, let's go to the shelf and pick something out today. Hey, I haven't even opened this. Let's try Chivalry 2. I like having my thing. I have so many unopened games. I like having my shelf of collectibles. That's an autistic trait in me that I love collecting things. I've done it since I was a little child. I came up with things to collect when there was nothing to collect. I would just collect. So
Right.
I like my physical stuff, but it's also the fact that companies, corporations, and the government don't want us to own anything. Nothing. Everything's turning subscription based. Everything's turning to renting instead of owning.
Right.
Everything is going to be a constant drain on our resources and our money because they're taking away the ability to own things outright. They
Right.
want to do a
Or
50-year
to
fucking
do anything
mortgage
for
on
yourself.
houses.
Right.
50-year mortgage on houses is the next idea. So
That's
basically, you
insane.
go into a life of debt. You leave behind generational debt if you die early, and the banks own you outright for a majority of your life. Like
That's
this is
more for the
this
banks. You know that, right?
exactly. It's exact,
The
and it's
bank
being
is
it's
going
being
to
portrayed.
double its interest. Yeah,
Yeah,
the bank
it's
is going
gonna.
to double the interest paid.
They said you'd pay $850,000 on a $425,000 home.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
so it's just great. So that taking away my games from me, I'm gonna fight it until the end. I don't buy. I mean, a lot of times now, I don't. The bigger games, I don't really care if I own them on disc because they're not even fully on disc anyway. But I will
Mm,
always buy my indie games and anything else that's fully on disc or may not need an online connection because I
right.
want to own pieces of my memories. I want to be able to have it like tangibly.
But what's their reasoning
Their
for
reasoning,
taking?
money. What do you think? They don't have
Yeah,
if
but
if there's no stock to sell, if there's no
they're
stock to
already
sell, they don't
doing
have
it.
they don't have to lower prices on digital anything. Digital takes nothing to produce. So the reason why you get price cuts on physical games quickly is because they have too much stock and you can pick up stuff cheaper. I
Right.
see games, you go on PlayStation Network and type in Forspoken, $69.99. The game came out 2 years ago. It goes for about $10 physically. So yeah, I don't see that future being a good thing for anybody. So
Yeah.
I hope everybody out there in video game land actually fights for physical copies. That I don't like GameStop, but at least they give you physical sales. So support them
What do
too.
you think? So you're gonna purchase one of these? I'm not gonna
No,
purchase an Xbox. I'll tell you that.
I just don't play
Now
my
that everything's
PC.
crossing over, there's no need. I
I
like the Sony brand, and I've always stuck with it. I've never.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Halo on PS5, so like
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
I didn't play
Exactly.
Halo on Xbox, but I'm sure gonna play it on PS5. I did back in the day. It's just been I didn't want to play Infinite or anything.
Right.
And I'm playing Forza right now. And what was the other thing that released? Gears of War. I beat that a couple months ago. So yeah, I'm playing the Xbox stuff where I want to play it, which is on PS5 with the PS5 controller.
What's the price range? Do you know?
For
For the
what?
Steam machine?
Oh, nobody knows. I'm hoping it's
Oh,
under 800. The thing is, the
it's gotta
specs on
be.
it, the specs aren't amazing. I'm hoping it's like 599. That would be great.
Yeah.
Specs
That would
aren't
be amazing if it was
spectacular.
like
It's like
$399.
it's like a moderate to high PC kind of.
Yeah.
But having it plugged into my TV would make me play my Steam games. I never sit. This is how I would have to sit. I'm sitting crisscross applesauce right now, literally. Like there's my crotch, guys. for those on YouTube. Because I'm backed into a corner having to face my computer screen because I still can't get my HDMI cord to show on my TV. And it's just not fun for me to sit at
Still.
I still can't figure it out. I've tried everything. It was working perfectly fine. Now we can't do it. But I just
Uh,
don't like sitting at a computer desk playing PC games. But if I can lounge on my couch with a Steam machine hooked up to my
right,
TV,
right,
I
right,
have I
right.
already have a library. I've only joined Steam this last year and I already have like 200 something games.
Really?
So yeah,
I've been playing Steam since like 2007.
I
Oh
didn't
my
have a
God.
PC until I started streaming. I literally did not use a PC since like 2016. Like I just gave up
Right,
on
right.
PC. That's why I'm so
Yeah.
tech stupid now.
I
It's so hard for me to create content and shit. I'm an idiot.
What is next on this?
Yeah, oh, well, we can talk about the other big company thing, the other big corporation.
Oh yeah.
Rockstar, which GTA 6 was supposed to be coming out around this time. It was pushed back to like March or May of next year, and now it's been pushed back to November of next year. And they said the game's done. The game's actually done. But what they don't want to
Right.
do, they don't want to pull a Cyberpunk, which Cyberpunk was one of the most failed releases ever, and now it's an amazing game. And it was completely broken and almost unplayable on release. And so what they're going to spend the next, year doing
Year.
is optimizing. And here's what it's costing them. It's going to cost them $60 million to delay the game. But this is a $2 billion game. Okay.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's for Rockstar, big money. That's like a drop in the bucket.
I know.
But it's just and here's the other thing they did now. So they're going to optimize the game. Game's done. They started firing people. They literally
Oh,
had 2 rounds of firing now because yeah,
wow.
you don't need certain developers and stuff or anymore or whatever. But there was a leak of the delay early, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
people involved in that, like they just mass fired like 40 people right there,
Oh,
and
wow.
having to do with the leak. So people are getting laid off left and right. They're getting things ready, but they're going to spend the next year optimizing. And so the apocalypse may came before that, so we may never play GTA 6. And speaking of layoffs, Square is doing mass layoffs
Square Enix.
because that's
Dun,
so
dun,
freaking cool.
dun.
And they have made the statement that they hope to be 70% AI staff by 2027. So
Wow.
people are losing their jobs, and they're not going to get their jobs back to AI because AI is going to start taking over everything. We're literally going to see in the next 3 to 5 years some kind of massive shift in what our culture and our society is because AI is going to invade everything we're doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's going to be scary because there's no regulations on it right now. So we're going to see a complete cultural shift and societal shift in the next couple of years. It's going to get interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the sad part, is to see all that happen and come
and then
down.
last thing, I wrote this down just for you.
Yeah.
Silent Hill added an
Yeah,
update, sir.
I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
they added a casual difficulty for Paul.
Finally.
Hey, I played stuff on story mode too, but Silent Hill was fine. It wasn't. I didn't even die on a boss. It
Yeah,
wasn't really that hard, but he
I
was
mean, I
struggling.
didn't either. I mean, I just kind of finished it all the way through. I just never really.
Yeah, it really didn't seem like a tough game, but that's fine.
It wasn't. Once
Let,
you got used
but
to
it has
the.
Souls mechanics in it with the whole stamina bar and all that kind of stuff. Like it
Yeah.
was compared. The fighting is definitely a little more difficult. You got to time your stuff. You can't really just mash and all that.
Right,
But
right.
that's fine. Give people what they want. I'm still in the camp that every Souls fucking game out there should have an easy mode. You can kiss my ass, Souls players.
At least
I
the
don't mind the
medium.
fighting and stuff. I don't mind it, but give me a
At least
chance.
the medium mode, you know?
Put a slider. Actually, that was the best thing that Nine Souls did, the game we reviewed like last year, the little
Yeah, yeah.
Metroidvania that was a Souls like. They added a damage slider so I could play with both damage given and damage received and
Right,
just make
right.
it so it was freaking functional. If I got to a part that was too hard, up my damage, lower their damage, wreck that shit, and move on. I don't like being stuck and dying a lot. That's just me though. Apparently Souls players love it.
Yeah, yeah. Um, even to go back to the whole console thing disappearing, um, even PlayStation's CEO was like the console age is dying, eventually. But
Oh, well,
you could
everybody
have
was
said that
speculating
10
thought
years ago,
yeah,
you
they
know?
thought Xbox was not going to have another system. It was all pointing towards signs that Xbox was going third party and they weren't going to do another console. But instead, they switched it up and they're like, no, we're going high end.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's all I got for news, though. That's everything.
Yeah,
We
that's all
wrapped
I
it up.
got. I was gonna talk a little bit about Arc Raiders, which is another game I want to play, but then right before that, I realized I don't have a headset.
Yeah, apparently it's amazing. It's I guess it's an extraction shooter. It's like PvPv or PvE PvP also. You can do either or, and it's a live service game, so it's what
Yeah,
to
yeah.
expect. It's similar to Helldivers type of thing. So it looks cool to me. I haven't tried it yet. It's $40 digitally. And I just don't have multiplayer friends that much anymore. So
I
kinda
know.
sucks.
I lost them all when I moved from New York, but that's fine. You just make new ones, Just make new
I
online
have
friends.
community members, my streaming community and stuff. We play some games together sometimes, but I don't know. It's kind of nicer. I had a group of buddies I was playing with every Saturday for streams, but we've all kind of fell apart. So it's
Yeah.
he one got a girlfriend, the other one got a daytime job. So
Uh,
I've lost my friends that were always available. Hey, it's hard being old and fucking making friends, man.
Oh,
We're over
who
40.
are you telling?
You're way over 40. I'm just over 40. And don't Oh, I was gonna say, let me talk about this real quick. How did I throw
Okay.
my phone? Okay, I joined Threads, you guys. This is the last social media I haven't fucked with. And I'm like, okay,
Threads.
let's check out Threads, which is, Facebook's answer to Twitter. And I did. The first time I joined it last year for like a couple of weeks, I hated it. It is weird. It has a whole different vibe to it.
Right,
Whole
right.
different vibe. It's not like any other social media I've been on. It's like I swear every person out there is like a single depressed, self-hating poster. Like it's just there's kind of this gloom over Threads, but they're all trying to support each other to like get by. And something
Okay.
beautiful happened today. Okay, so somebody on there posted they wanted a thirst trap. They wanted men to post their thirst trap pics to them, and she decided to go through and start insulting every one of them instead of being like, "You look good, baby," which they were looking.
Yeah.
You compliment each other. You don't body shame. She starts body shaming these men, and I watch all of Threads just like blow up with like posting posts where like men, fuck her, like post your stuff here. We're all gonna compliment you and praise you, and like they all came together to like make people feel good about themselves. And it went on for a couple of hours on Threads, and I just thought it was a beautiful thing that
Yeah.
these people they really do. They want you to speak out. Like the neurodivergents are very vocal and open and honest, and like the different threads are all pretty interesting. So
Right.
what I thought was a shit show is actually turning out to be a really interesting social media experience. So join me on Threads at Gosh Josh Games also. And
Okay.
I'm posting differently there. I'm exclusively gaming on X and Blue Sky, but I'm kind of like all over the place in all different groups on Threads, and it's kind of becoming
Oh,
fun.
okay.
So I'm becoming more of a rounded personality over there as opposed to my gaming only stuff on other social media. So that's all. I just want to talk about
Okay.
that.
So in the next 3 weeks, we're gonna have John back to play a game called something screaming, but nobody hears you in space. What is it called?
I have no mouth, but I must scream. So
Oh,
this
yeah.
is a legendary short story, one of the top 10 most printed short stories in history.
Right.
And it was turned into a game back in 1995, and I've never
Oh,
played it, and I've seen it advertised so much. And in fact, there's a pre-order open right now for the next month where you can get a physical copy of it, which hasn't been done on PS5. So we're gonna play that, but that's in
that's
3
gonna
weeks.
happen in 3 weeks. But in the meantime, Josh had this awesome idea that for Thanksgiving episode, the day after Thanksgiving, we're gonna gift each other a game. And I don't know if it's intentional. Maybe gift each other the worst game ever.
No, I was just saying we'll just what I want is a game I've already played that I loved that you haven't played. I'm going to give
Okay.
it to you. You're going to
Oh,
play it. So this
okay.
is the gift of giving show. He's going to give me a game he loved and make me play it. I'm going to give him a game I loved and make him play it. And we're going to talk about it.
My background and backlog is very small. So
I know, but
don't
you
expect.
gotta have something, and it can even be
It's
older
probably
as
going to
long
end
as
up
it's
being
available
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Oh
You know?
Jesus, don't make me do that. Oh, that would be torture. No, don't punish me.
Oh,
So I already have his game picked, and people that
right.
hear me say this title are gonna be like, "Fuck yeah!"
It
He's
just-
he's gonna play mouth washing. There it is. I heard all you. I heard all you just go, "Fuck yeah!" There it is. He's playing mouth washing. That game
Oh, there you go.
blew my mind this last year. Talk about weird.
Ugh,
Holy
yeah,
crap, that game is out
mouth-washing.
there. He's gonna have an experience. I just go into it blind. Don't look up anything. Look up no video. Don't even
No,
read
I
what it's
didn't.
about.
I just heard it and I just read a little bit
Just
on Wikipedia.
put it on Steam and start playing, and you'll say what the fuck like me too. So do you have one pick for me yet, or are you gonna look through stuff?
I have to look because
That's
I
fine.
never.
That's fine.
I don't.
I'm
have,
harder
like-
because I play so many damn games. So
I know.
we'll come up
I
with
know.
something.
But did you ever play Layers of Fear?
I did. I loved it. Yeah, in fact, I almost bought the
Damn it.
PS5 physical release of it about a week ago because I don't have a physical of it. Yeah.
Maybe I'll make you play Horizon Zero Dawn
I thought, and see, that's the other thing. He can make me go back to a
to
game
completion.
because I've abandoned so many games over. I'm not going to go to completion. I abandoned it at 35 hours. I think it'd be hard to jump back into again, but we'll see. But yeah,
It's pretty easy to pick up.
think of something. We'll do that
I
in 2
will.
weeks.
I'll try
All
to
right, bud.
find something. All right, man. Well, thanks for joining us this week, and we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
See you later.